Sometimes I know what it's like to just stare at your game library and think to myself, what game should I play next? With life clawing its way to ourselves quite like a motherfucker in more ways than one, we really find it difficult to pick out what to play with the too much dilemma ever so present in our time today. Yes, that thing exists, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I already tried to help alleviate the gaming backlog phenomenon in the easiest way I can think of in a past video, and maybe I can go a step further to help you choose what games you and your friends should play next. Because I did say, and would be saying time and time again, video games deserve to be played. This is a video I'm starting to offload any gaming moments and memories I'm documenting within a given period of time. Since the fact of life is, you're not gonna run out of things to do in your life, but you're definitely gonna run out of storage space in your computer. So sit back, relax, grab the next hooligan near you, and bash his brains in the nearest concrete wall. These are the games I want you to experience from here on out until forever. You know, when you reach this video channel. Starting with it's definitely a start for your boy to delve into the seedy underbelly of the shitstorm Kiryu-san and Majima-san underwent enforceably so, in what I consider one of the best prequels to exist, not just in video games but in entertainment as a whole. Say hi to Better Call Saul, Yakuza 0.
Alright, Better Call Saul. Yeah.
This game was a return to form in a franchise that's somewhat troubled within the last decade, and it definitely came out swinging for the Western gamers out there. It's definitely a wild ride to experience where the dual protagonists go in their first steps as men affiliated with the Yakuza. You can definitely consider this as your most affordable trip to the country that birthed whatever the hell this series is. Because you're definitely in for fun, some weird shit in the middle, and fun with a side of a Yakuza story slapped on it. The story is definitely the meat of it, but what made this game iconic is the introduction of its weird yet endearing minigames that creeped into the culture back in 2017, where the game had its English version launched worldwide. I remember playing the first one back in the day with my PS2, but I don't think I have appreciated it since I didn't finish it at all. Or maybe I didn't understand it, as a child. So I went on it with this prequel as a newcomer who will definitely love the franchise, that's for sure. Once I probably get into the notorious games that host a huge playtime count. I jumped in first for you to follow me through. Even if you're not used to the Japanese game design, this is a safe game to start with our journey through the amazing games that Japan has to offer. Even if the Yakuza games are considered an anomaly, and a good one at that, this is a game for you to enjoy. Expect me to cover Yakuza 0 in full once I reach Kiami 1, which is a remake of the first game. Yakuza 0 and its following games are really fast-paced once it hits the stride. And if there's another game for me to recommend playing in 2025 that really goes fast, it's gotta be this. Specifically, the fan-made Overhaul project Carbon Rework. There's another reason why I started this series, and it's for me to share mods that restore, overhaul, or completely change a base game I'm fancying. This includes this one-man project which single-handedly brought my favorite Need for Speed game to modern times with new cars, new shiny graphics, and visuals. I understand that the base game can be down in most people's list, but damn it, I am biased with my nostalgia for my idea of street racing. bright nights, underground sounding electronic music, and crews that definitely define the charm of the fictional city of Palmont. With projects like Carbon Rework and the upcoming Carbon Online, which brings online functionality to this game, and the typical remastering work that's more vanilla friendly, Carbon continues to live on well with a few efforts on your end to set up. For Carbon Rework, it's definitely just a download and play type of thing, but rest assured, if there's any modded game I'm covering, I'll share how to set it up for you, no biggie. Since this game will have its online feature restored and bolstered up through the efforts of its community, this next game requires no additional setup. Just you, your friends, and your capability to loot the finest gun in your instance.
Uy, I'm locked in.
Uy, nakalaki na
Never
naman.
mind, never mind.
Ay! Tangina! Tangina!
Never mind, I'm locked in again.
Nakita ko na eh! Ang bilis mawala!
Never mind.
Ang bilis mawala!
Okay, locked in na ulit.
Ang bilis mawala! Tangina! Isang frame! Isang frame lang nawala!
Now, I have to preface this for y'all. I haven't finished Borderlands 2 back then and have completed it just recently. I know, right? I feel like my gamer card should be revoked, but I digress. Finally finishing the story of one of gaming's iconic supervillains with a kajillion guns in my bag and vault feels satisfying to say out loud, as the impact of this game definitely made its mark back in the past decade. For its time, the idea of potentially looting billions and billions and billions of guns with your friends with the most iconic squad of characters in the series playing alongside with the originals from the first game is breathtaking. I was there when the hype for this game was out of the wazoo, and hey, even with the fourth game coming out, this is still a must play for you and your friends to potentially get rid of that stank of the Borderlands movie. No additional setup required, just plug and play and you're good to go. Well, if there's anything required of you, it's actually this question. Would you rather drag your friends to Borderlands 2 or the much more modern Borderlands 3? Hey, let me clue you in. Here's another admission of guilt. I finished Borderlands 3 before Borderlands 2. I know, it's a shameful display, but
Shameful display! Shameful display!
what can I say? The gameplay of Borderlands 3 alongside your homies is enough for us to completely ignore the horrible story it has. If you value the quality of the story, Borderlands 2 is a much more worthy time sink with your friends. But truthfully, if you cannot stand outdated game design and the constant wub-wubs of dubstep, still, drag yourself and your friends to a much better game that is Borderlands 2. Because there's a 95% chance you'll be pissed off at Borderlands 3's antagonist and story choices. With that out of the way, here's one game that I thought I'd never touch, but did it anyway for the experience of bringing democracy to the world.
Our home. Prosperity. Liberty. Hi there. Democracy. Our way of life. Oh, hello. But freedom doesn't come free. No! Sweet liberty! No!
Sony has a problem, and in my case, it's very wicked. Not having access to some select games due to how PSN is set up in my country. This one is definitely a Steam family library carry job, so Shout out to my homies who actually have this game in their library. For my friends, this game definitely came and went. But for a first-time recruit of Super Earth, I found a game that really fulfilled my distant fantasy of being a starship trooper, dealing with bugs, machines, and these motherfuckers that steamrolled us. Truthfully, this game made me tired. Like, physically tired. I've only clocked 2 sessions with the boys, and while the prospect of us doofuses playing a quality game that's there for you to sink hours into casually, the newness of it all definitely caught me and should be considered as a skill issue. Why am I still recommending this game? Because it's a co-op game that's fun, damn it. There's really no thought to it for you to drag your friends either on PC or the PS5 and contribute to the fight against the evils that Super Earth designates. Because it's definitely fun bringing your friends to a fight for a cause so willingly and so instantaneously while at that. Definitely I'll need more reps with this game, and with the developers actually starting the correct way to host battle passes, it's a big turn on for me to just continue bringing the good fight, as long as I properly manage my energy in bringing in the democracy. So that's it for my quick rapid fire suggestions of games for you to try out. Like, right now, go ahead and buy these games and influence your friends in buying the co-op games while at it. And let me know what you think for each game I covered in the first episode of Play These Games. Or better yet, comment your suggestions for the viewers on what to play. Hopefully it's something you played in the past December or January so we can actually check it out for ourselves. It's time to build the community, and that's my goal with videos like this and series that I'll definitely have time to properly develop for this channel. So I hope you stick around and subscribe. There's definitely more to come. I'll catch you on the next one.